What is up, guys? Bernie Sanders went to The View. I know, The View. I know. But I gotta cover it because it's Bernie Sanders and it's an election cycle. So anyway, they asked him about reparations. I have a small clip here and you'll check it out and then we'll talk about it.
You ran, your poll numbers with African Americans were quite low. And you also don't support reparations for slave descendants. Why do you think your poll numbers are low, and why don't you support reparations?
Well, first of all, our poll numbers are not low. I think if you look at polls in the last 6 months, they're quite high among the African American community.
Okay.
And even in 2016, we ended up winning by good margins votes from younger African Americans and Latinos and whites. We did very well among younger African Americans. Look, I happen to believe that at a time of tremendous disparity, the wealth gap, for example, between the white community and the black community is like 10-to-1. Health disparities are terrible. Environmental disparities are terrible. Flint, Michigan comes to mind.
Yeah.
So I think what we have got to do is pay attention to distressed communities, black communities, Latino communities, and white communities all over this country. And as president, I pledge to do that.
Why not support reparations, then?
Well, what do you mean by reparations?
By reparations for slave descendants.
I know, but what does that mean exactly?
Money.
Well, I think that right now our job is to address the crises facing the American people and our communities. And I think there are better ways to do that than just writing out a check.
So they asked him about reparations, and I think he cleared this answer up a little better than he was with the town hall. Maybe he had a little more time to think about it and iron out what he was going to say. So from my perspective, Bernie Sanders is looking at it as what's more practical. I'm just giving you my opinion, and you can tell me in the comment section, do you agree or disagree with me or Bernie Sanders? For him, of course, he would give in a heartbeat a check if it could get passed. But to Bernie Sanders, he knows how government works, especially how everything is so divided. What would be easier to pass in Congress if he was president? What in the House and the Senate? What would be easier? Reparations in a check form to every person that was a descendant to unfortunate slavery, or getting the money allocated to their communities, the white communities, Hispanic, Black, Indian, Asian community, all the communities that are impoverished, like Flint, Michigan, New Mexico, Chicago, fixing the water, fixing the infrastructure, getting jobs back in there. To Bernie Sanders, I think that's, for him, that's the most logical solution. Push that agenda and call that reparations for these communities, because they have been so, drained of resources in every community. White, Hispanic, Black, all communities really have been pretty much starved of resources, and that's the struggle we have today. You know, we have childhood poverty through the roof. We have veterans on the streets. Homelessness is out of control, and income inequality is at its highest peak since the Gilded Age, since the 1920s. For Bernie Sanders, he's looking at it like that. That's what my take is. He's looking at what's the easiest thing. So the other side can't really say, how can they go against putting money into these communities? What would be their argument? You know what I mean? With a check for every individual person that was a descendant, they can just block that out of their mind and say, how dare you punish people that had nothing to do with it. And I see that argument as well. So that's my take on it. He's thinking of the most logical way, the easiest way to get the money back into the people's hands is to give them more opportunities, give them a better way of life in their community. And so yeah, that's what I see it. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the clip? Do you agree with his answer? Do you agree with my assessment? You can tell me. I love the feedback. I answer as many comments as I can. Like, comment, subscribe, share the video. Let me know. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next one.